Cleveland is a 52-win contender that just got swept and can't sign anyone of consequence. So how do they actually build this roster into something that survives May? The answer isn't in free agency, it's in how willing they are to change a core that keeps falling short. Let me lay out the realistic scenarios and the one I'd run. Here's the plan. 3 realistic paths. Scenario A, run it back healthy. Scenario B, trade Jarrett Allen to reshape the fit. Scenario C, a bigger shakeup of the core. For each, the cost, the payoff, and the risk. Then, my verdict. The roster facts are verified. The scenarios are my projections. Let's build. This is Game is Culture. Quick thing before we build. If you like roster construction with real cap and trade logic, subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton. Now, Scenario A. Scenario A, run it back healthy. The continuity path. Keep the whole core. Mitchell, Mobley, Garland, Allen, and Harden. Add cheap veterans on the margins, and bet that the swept version of this team was mostly a product of a Garland injury and bad timing. A healthy backcourt with Harden's creation and Mobley anchoring the defense is a legitimately scary group. The pitch is simple. This team was better than a sweep, so get healthy and prove it. What it gets them is the path of least resistance and a top of the East ceiling if everyone's right. The cost is an enormous tax bill, and the gnawing risk that the sweep wasn't a fluke, that this exact group has a fit problem, no amount of health fixes. Running it back is comfortable, but for a team that's been bounced hard before, comfort can be a trap. You're betting the same pieces fit better the second time. Scenario B, trade Allen, fix the fit. The smart money path. Cleveland is paying 2 starting centers in Mobley and Allen, and in the modern playoffs, that pairing can crowd the floor and limit their wing defense. Trade Allen's valuable salary for a rugged two-way wing, the exact thing the sweep exposed, and you solve 3 problems at once: better spacing, better wing defense, and a smaller tax bill. You keep your stars and finally fit the right pieces around them. The cost is real. You'd be giving up a genuinely good, top-tier defensive center, and Mobley would have to anchor the middle on his own. But Mobley is a defensive player of the year level talent, built to do exactly that, and a versatile wing addresses the team's actual playoff weakness far better than a backup big does. For a contender that got swept, trading from a position of surplus to fix a position of need is textbook roster building. The whole debate hinges on one question: was the sweep bad luck or a real fit problem? If it was the Garland injury and some cold shooting, then a healthy run it back is enough. But 4-0 isn't a coin flip, it's a pattern, and this core has been bounced hard before. A 52-win team that gets swept usually has a structural issue the regular season hides, and the honest read is that Cleveland's is the too big lineup and a thin wing rotation. That points away from comfort and toward change. And the case for trusting Mobley alone in the middle is strong. He's a defensive player of the year caliber anchor, long, mobile, and capable of protecting the rim by himself, which is exactly why pairing him with another non-shooting center is a luxury, not a necessity. Plenty of contenders win with 1 elite big and 4 players who can shoot and defend on the perimeter. Letting Mobley anchor solo with a versatile wing in Allen's place is the more modern, more playoff-proof build. The surplus is the cost, the fit is the prize. Scenario C, shake the core. The boldest path. If the front office decides this core has simply hit its ceiling, they could break it up more dramatically, moving a bigger piece than Allen to fundamentally change the team's shape around Mitchell and Mobley. It's the highest variance option. It could unlock a better balanced contender, or it could blow up a 52-win team chasing a fit that doesn't exist. After a sweep, that temptation is real, but the bar for blowing up a 52-win core should be very high. Quick halftime note: if you want the verdict on every team's best path, subscribe, it's free. Now let's put the 3 side by side. Stack them up. Scenario A, run it back, highest comfort in a top of the East ceiling, but the biggest bill and the risk that nothing changes. Scenario B, trade Allen, fixes the actual fit problem while saving money and keeping the stars. Scenario C, shake the core, highest upside and highest danger. The honest read is that B is the most surgical. It changes what needs the change without gambling the whole thing. And the contention math favors decisiveness. A healthy run-it-back keeps Cleveland a clear top 4 East team, but with the same questions. Trading Allen for a wing nudges their real playoff ceiling higher by fixing what the sweep exposed. A full shakeup is a wild card that could land anywhere. The point, doing nothing locks in the same outcome, while the Allen trade actually raises the ceiling that matters, the postseason one. The verdict. My call, scenario B, trade Jarrett Allen for a two-way wing. It fixes the exact weakness that got them swept, eases a punishing tax bill, and keeps the Mitchell, Mobley, Garland, and Harden core intact. Running it back just bets on health solving a fit problem, and a full teardown is too drastic for a 52-win team. The surgical move, swapping a surplus center for a needed wing, is the highest value path. Cut the right piece, don't add a small one. When you're an apron team that just got swept, the only real way to improve is to trade from your strength to patch your weakness. And Cleveland's strength is exactly the position they can most afford to give from. And the sequence is clean. This summer, trade Allen for a versatile wing and use the cheap exceptions on shooting. Next season, get Garland healthy and let the new fit, more spacing, and better wing defense breathe around Mitchell and Mobley. Then in the playoffs, the only place this team's offseason is actually judged. Fix the fit now, get healthy, then go prove it in May. Where could I be wrong? If the Cavs are convinced a healthy Garland and a full season of Harden are the fix, running it back is defensible. Sometimes continuity really is the answer. And the right Allen trade has to actually be available. You can't just wish a good wing into existence. But for a swept, capped out contender, trading from surplus to address need is the textbook play, and it's the one I'd make. So that's the full picture for Cleveland. Run it back, trade Allen for a wing, or shake up the core. 3 real, very different paths for a swept contender that's running out of cheap chances to fix itself. Which one would you run? Run it back on faith, or make the surgical trade? That wraps the Cavs. Drop your build below. And we are so close to 1,000 subs, so subscribe to stay up to date.